When you hear someone referred to as the king, you think of, I don't know, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, maybe the king of pop, Michael Jackson. But when you hear the two words Richard Petty, the only thing you need to hear after that is the king. We're here today at Richard Petty's museum, and I'm going to tell you something. The racing history and legacy here is absolutely amazing.
A party down, that's the way it should be. Crank it up, let's go. Grab a gear, cause it's time to go. Hit the gas, hear it roar. Down the clutch and the tires will roll. 180, I hope it sticks. If it don't, in the wall I go. Cause I'm born to go out. I live to run free. Run wide open, fast and free.
Chris Lafferty's Motorsports TV is brought to you by Coma Unwind. Coma Unwind, the relaxation drink.
Hey Larry.
How you doing?
Larry, you know, you've been around the Richard Petty Museum for a couple days now, right?
Yeah, a few years.
A few years now, and you know this place as good as anybody. And so I think we're going to go take a little bit of a tour around this place. But before we go anywhere, you know, it's kind of neat to walk into this place, and you've got this thing up on stands here. So let's talk about that. Okay. Tell me the significance of the winged car.
Well, really, they wouldn't be a Superbird if it wasn't for Richard Petty, because they had the Dodge cars with the wings on it, and Richard went to Plymouth and said, build me a wing car, and they said, oh, you're winning everything. Right. Go on out there and race. And
he thought he was winning enough.
Yeah. He said, I'll go across the street and talk to Ford, and they laughed at him and said, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
He went across the street, talked to Ford, and that's what made the '69 Ford, and he ran it 1 year.
For 1 year. If Richard Petty wants a winged car, we're going to give him a winged car. I see a picture of Richard's father, Lee.
Yeah, this is a 26T model it's not the one that Lee had, but it's the one that he had redone, and she'd drive it from his house to the garage,
right,
around the shop and all. And it's a running car.
You know, I think this guy right there, he needs to be fired. He's been laying under there sleeping since the last time I was here. Right, right. It's hard to believe that the sport of stock car racing started truly stock, and it's funny seeing the grain scales used to weigh out these cars. Kind of neat the way the sport has changed so tremendously. This car here, I mean, you really don't have to say much except to look at this picture here. I mean, that's one heck of a fire, you know. This was his last race.
Correct.
In fact, his last race was Jeff Gordon's first race.
Went out in a blaze of glory.
Went out in a blaze of glory, that's absolutely right. The crew cut the nose off so that he could keep on running. You know, he wasn't ready, even though it was his last race.
He wasn't ready to get out.
He wasn't ready to get out at all. That's right, that's absolutely right. Now, this one, he has some pretty good history with this.
Oh yeah, won several races in it. It's the Daytona winner. It was in Daytona, USA for several years.
Right, right.
And also won 4 races in 1980 with it, because in that area you could run this, didn't have to have a new car every year.
Right, absolutely. But you know something, I take a look inside of this and I compare it to what we're running today. And look, I'm going to tell you something. you had to be a man's man to race one of these because compared to the safety features that we have today, this thing's not very safe.
It don't look very safe, no.
No, not at all. I mean, there's not much of a seat. I think there's probably 4 bolts holding it in, and that might be it. Mm-hmm. But you know, ironically, there's still so much of this car that is stock. I mean, it looks like the stock steering wheel, stock body panels. I mean, this did start out life as a real car.
Portions of this program are brought to you by
Zeratron, Industrial Electronics Repair, Lincoln Welders, the best welders and welding accessories. Blue Ox, strong as an ox. Safety Clean.
You're always so refreshed and relaxed. What's your secret?
I drink Coma Unwind.
Oh, I don't like energy drinks.
It's not an energy drink.
Well, with the kids, I just don't feel comfortable drinking a beer.
Oh, it doesn't have alcohol in it either.
Well then, what is it?
It's a liquid relaxation product with natural ingredients. It's been proven to calm your mind, relax your body with no side effects. And I've never had a better night's sleep.
Coma Unwind, now available at Walmart.
Trick Shot Penetrating Lubricant. It does the trick. Unlocks seized parts, breaks rust loose, lubricates and protects metals, fights corrosion, removes adhesives and grime. Non-flammable, non-toxic, 100% biodegradable. Trick Shot. It does the trick.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
You know, we're in the back of the museum, and I see an arsenal over there that would rival most small countries. I mean, obviously, Richard's a bit of a gun collector.
He likes guns.
Yeah. Richard Petty's got a knife that the handle's made out of woolly mammoth bone. I mean, you know, if you could imagine the dumb look that I had on my face when he told me that that was woolly mammoth, I mean, it's that's pretty wild. Where do you get woolly mammoth bone at? I mean, you could literally spend days in here and not take it all in. What we got here looks like a 72 Charger.
First STP car.
You know how I knew it was a 72?
Okay.
I saw the sign right there. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
big giveaway.
First STP car. A lot of history with that company. Absolutely.
Still is today.
Still is today. Absolutely. Well, this one's a runner, and you've got a roll-up door right there. I've got a great idea. I got a great idea. Go with me on this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna climb behind the wheel. You can ride shotgun. Well, I'm gonna need you to open the door. We'll back this thing out. And let's see what this 426 cubic inches will do.
Not today. It's cold outside.
Ah, you're right. You're right. Maybe tomorrow.
All right.
Now this thing's a beauty.
What Richard started his racing.
Is that right? Now you showed me something in this car last time I was here, and this thing surely does have a trap door so you can take a look at the right front tire, and then another trap door to take a look at the right rear tire.
Right.
And so at speed, and now we're not talking 50 miles an hour, we're talking 150 miles an hour.
Basically.
Richard could pull a little compartment, lean over, take a look at his tire wear, and not lose a spot on the racetrack.
And ever how brave he was. If you wanted to let it wear a little bit more, a few more laps, or go on in and get one tire, not all four.
Just one tire.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. You know, I thought I was doing pretty good, just paying attention and singing while I drive down the racetrack, but this guy's checking out his tire wear and taking his eyes off the road there.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah, and on a hot summer day, it can get up to 130 degrees inside of a race car, making it very uncomfortable for a driver to drive. So today, I'm going to tell you how these drivers stay cool. Cool Shirt Systems are world leaders in personal cooling that's portable and easy to use. Okay, so all you do is you fill up the inside with ice water, and then this fan right here propels air into an aluminum pipe that shoots cold air out through this tube that's attached to the driver's helmet to keep them cool. Remember, scrambled eggs, good. Scrambled brains, bad. Okay. This company is called Cool Shirts for a reason, because inside of here is a special pump that pumps cold water through these tubes so that when I plug them together like this, cold water circulates through my shirt so the driver doesn't get overheated while driving a race truck.
I'm on fire, I will survive. I cheat death just to know I'm alive. I got a team, but I'm alone. One mistake and I won't go home. It gets me high, this rush of speed. This addiction I must feed. On fire, I will survive. I cheat death just to know I'm alive. 'Cause I'm born to go wild.
I'm Hannah, and this has been Hannah's Corner.
Was that funny?
I can't do it while I'm silent.
Portions of this program are brought to you by
Safety Clean, Heat Shield Products, Royal Purple Synthetic Oil, Bobcat Cam, Cool Shirt Systems, Blue Ox.
Do you have poor throttle response? Do you get cramps in your leg from pumping the gas pedal in the morning? Then you may suffer from CCD. The good news is, you don't have to suffer from CCD any longer. With just one dose of EFI, you will have rapid acceleration, instant throttle response, feelings of joy and happiness, and better gas mileage. When high performance lasts for over 4 hours, please consult the nearest gas station for continued satisfaction.
Trick Shot Penetrating Lubricant. It does the trick. Unlocks seized parts, breaks rust loose, lubricates and protects metals, fights corrosion, removes adhesives and grime. Non-flammable, non-toxic, 100% biodegradable. Trick Shot. It does the trick.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Now this looks like a Monte Carlo right here.
Yeah, it was raced in '79. It's obviously not a '79 Monte Carlo, but it was one of the last championship.
Is that right?
And it's one of the only surviving Monte Carlos.
All of them are gone.
Mm-hmm. And it's race ready.
So we can take this one out when it warms up a little bit.
Sure.
Hey, I got a better idea. I'll get behind the wheel of that one. You get behind the wheel of this one, and we'll just cruise around town. I like that idea. That's a great
I think
idea.
we can get away with that.
No, I think we can. Hey, now look. Either we're getting bigger or these cars are getting smaller. You know, the NASCAR teams used to make scale clay models to use for wind tunnel testing and you know, modifying aerodynamics to make sure that a car was going to be pretty stable on the racetrack. It's a feat all in itself to make a 1/6 scale anything. I have a hard enough time making the real thing. I tell you what, this place is great, and I can't believe that I'm rushing to get out of here, but what do you say we take a ride over to the Petty Garage and see what they're doing there now? Wow, this is the original Petty Garage here.
It is. I've worked here for 20 years and been part of the race team and crew chief. And this building we're standing in has been here since the 60s.
Since the 60s?
Since the 60s.
I mean, they run the Cup team out of here.
All the NASCAR wins, the race cars, the fabrication, and all that stuff was done out of these buildings. All the pictures you see in the magazines of the buildings and the guys working on cars.
Right.
This footage
was
right
all
here.
came out of here. I mean,
Right here.
was every win out of this building?
A lot of wins came out of this building. This is an addition. They started in '49, of course, and that's up the hill around the corner. So yeah, there's some wins that happened in other parts of the buildings, but on this ground here, yes, there's over 200 wins with all the teams they had. They had multiple drivers, multiple cars at different times. So
absolutely. I mean, you got an old Plymouth here, 426 Hemi, just sitting there hanging out. Right.
We've got some pretty neat cars that are still here. Some of them are owned by Richard, some of them owned by private collectors.
Right.
We just have come up with them over the years. The race cars were raced, sold the following year to other teams to run in a lower series or the Winston and USAC and such. So, and these guys built new cars every year. So.
Right, absolutely. You know, the crazy thing is we just walked past a Superbird as if it wasn't even here. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of guys, a lot of you guys at home are going, stop, go back to the Superbird. And I can't help it. I mean, I'm drawn. I mean, I got to walk back because that is amazing. You know? There's not too many of those in existence.
There weren't very many of those in existence at all. They're pretty rare cars.
Right, right. And this is, I was informed that this is the gas and go car.
This is the gas and go car, the Buick. You know, they went down there with a Dodge and didn't run very well. Come home and put a Buick body on it, Buick engine, and went back, won the race.
Is that right?
Yeah. So.
Man, must be a rough life. Hey.
Usually most of their stories ended up with they won the race.
Right, right, absolutely. You know, that's funny because most of my stories end up with, well, I didn't win that race either.
What'd you hit?
Right, what I hit, how much is this going to cost me?
Yeah. These guys started in 1949 modifying street cars for racing, but now we're open to the public.
Well, so I could take my 84 Yugo and bring it down here, and we can soup that thing up.
We got a crusher in the back.
Oh, let's go check out the crusher. All right, I tell you what, man, I'm pretty.
No, we do a lot of different things right now. We're specializing in a lot of the late model performance parts. We build our own parts, accessories that go on those vehicles.
Right.
But we also have the restoration side where we're customizing and modifying, you know.
I tell you what, let's go take a look at the rest of the shop, and we'll take a look at that crusher while we're checking it out. Let's go.
Okay, Chris, we're in the main shop now. And this shop was built in the 1998-1999 seasons while we were racing for an additional shop when we added another race team and an engine shop. Currently right now, though, with Petty's Garage, we've opened it up, and this is where we do all the restoration work and custom work and assemblies and installs. The lifts are something new for our production vehicles. We're able to get in them, pull engines out of the bottom of the car. A lot of different things that make that work a lot easier for the guys. You know, we've got about 10 or 12 guys here that have done, most of them have worked with the race teams before, so they're very experienced on the high performance end, the attention to detail that the King has us paying attention to, and and everything, the culture that we possess here at Petty's. You know, so.
You know, it's so versatile here, but it's odd to look over here at these leather-wrapped, racing-inspired seats. And then turn this way.
That was wrapped in leather.
Yeah, but a little different. I mean, we got a Model T sitting here. So. I mean, we got wooden spokes on the wheels. I mean, it's got to be pretty neat to walk in here and go, wow, Model T or brand new Mopar. Right, amazing. Realize you really back-halved this truck. Tell me a little bit about this.
Definitely, it was a regular street version Ford Lightning. The guy's been doing some drag racing, and he wanted to upgrade and get more power. And when you look at the back half of this truck, it's really neat because it's not like a car where you can't see all this intricate work.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now this is great. Even your shop still has the surface plates from when you used to set up the Cup cars.
Yep, down here we did set up the cars, and they left out of here. We had two teams running out of here, and they had the surface plates. And currently we got the 4 plates here that we're working off of that are build plates that we used for setup or build. And we can measure and weld and work on those plates just like we did with the NASCAR side of it.
Right.
You know, there's a.
Oh, it's measure then weld. Man, that's where I keep messing up.
You're always so refreshed and relaxed. What's your secret?
I drink Coma Unwind.
Oh, I don't like energy drinks.
It's not an energy drink.
Well, with the kids, I just don't feel comfortable drinking a beer.
Oh, it doesn't have alcohol in it either.
Well then, what is it?
It's a liquid relaxation product with natural ingredients. It's been proven to calm your mind, relax your body with no side effects. And I've never had a better night's sleep.
Coma Unwind, now available at Walmart.
The Ring brothers know a thing or two about performance, and they've got the trophies to prove it.
I wouldn't say our cars are better than the originals.
No, we're just bringing these old classics up to speed.
And part of that is by using Royal Purple.
It protects these big engines and makes them last a lot longer.
And you get more torque and horsepower too. We use Royal Purple in all our vehicles.
From our daily drivers to these classic show cars.
Royal Purple, the performance oil that outperforms.
Hey, you know, when we were talking to Larry at the Petty Museum the other day, he said we can't drive one of Richard's cars today.
Not today. It's cold outside.
You're right. You're right. Maybe tomorrow.
All
But
right.
today is 3 days later, and he never told me that I couldn't drive one of Richard's cars 3 days later on a Sunday afternoon when nobody was around to tell me no. So we're gonna get this Petty car out, and we're gonna start by cutting the lock out. Now, this is the trickiest part, and what I know is the lock is in this general vicinity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Lincoln Electric plasma cutter to just go ahead and cut the lock off the door. I really don't wanna burn my hands here. You know, it can get real hot, some sparks. I just gotta turn my machine on, and we'll go to town. Now, I like to make sure my hands are nice and clean. Now, once I can get my hands under there, I'm just gonna raise the door up enough to take my race ramp, and I'm just gonna wedge my race ramp right underneath the door here. Now, don't worry, we're gonna get this alarm taken care of real quick because our good friends at DIY Auto Tune has this great electrical connector kit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build me a little bypass connector here. I'll need this and one of these. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and piece this bypass in here. Perfect. The next step gets a little bit dangerous, but we've got it under control. The personnel in there, they get paid to protect Richard Petty's cars. But thanks to our good friends at Coma Unwind, we're gonna send in one of our Coma drinks to relax them. Okay, we're ready to go. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if it doesn't run right? Well, you know, look, brought my little Holley rebuild kit to rebuild the carburetor. But thanks to our friends at Royal Purple, we have this great Max Clean fuel system treatment that not only restores fuel economy, it maximizes horsepower, and look, we're gonna be ready to take this thing out. Now, the last thing that I need is to put on a little disguise. Okay, now that I've got my disguise on, it's time to go in.
Closed captioning is brought to you by DIY Auto Tune. We wrote the book on fuel injection. Jerry, tell them what you've got.
Throttle body. Vroom, vroom.
Born wild, I live free. I party down, that's the way 'cause I'm born to go wild. I live to run free, run wide open, fast and free, 'cause I'm born to go wild.
Get all the Motorsports TV scoop and get your official gear by visiting LaffertyTV.com.